Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. Here's another GM VOD review for Invisible Woman. They say they want to work on the carry potential. So in this game, I was Invisible Woman, and I sort of felt like I was doing the best in my capabilities, like sort of playing my life. Although, I think my target priority might be a bit bad because I've been topping off my tanks rather than keeping my DPS alive. Also, I feel like some of my ult is going to waste. Iron Man got a 4K, but I thought I shielded. Might be my mistake for doing it way too late, but strange DP. Okay, so let's see what we can learn. Invis definitely has crazy carry potential, even after all of the nerfs, still insane. I don't like that we haven't used our orb yet. Okay, there we go. Miss it a little bit, so things like this really start to add up, especially on support now that the ult charge got nerfed. So right here, you can already throw an orb knowing that they want to stand here, and you already have line of sight to it. I would have thrown it already. That's just me. And then because we throw it late, we're missing out on ult charge and things like that. And then we also hit it on this branch here, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we're paying attention and we heard that. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Ah, okay. So when this wall comes up, you have to remember there's a couple different purposes, but the number one purpose of Groot walls is they're trying to block healing. So if you sit here and you try to destroy it, that's healing that's not getting through. So you want to look for the thing that counters that the most, which would be to get your healing back in the shortest amount of time possible. And so that would be to scoot over to the side here. That's usually the easiest option. Most of the time, like Groot walls, all you have to do is scoot to the side. Unless it's a very well-placed one. And then now we're over here, now we're still doing stuff. Instead, we use our jump. And now we don't have our jump if we need it. Which is not good. I'd pull here. If they use pull. Okay, actually, I wasn't listening. I didn't pay attention. I'm glad you didn't pull here because they have a Wolverine, and you had a heads up play, and you're thinking they have a Wolverine. I'm gonna save somebody, and you go for it. Great job. Way to be saving for that. Thinking ahead. So here, I don't like how well. If you want to play like a support who can carry, you're gonna have to start getting into uncomfortable positions. So here, we have now taken, especially after the Wolverine went for the pull, we have now taken a lot of control. If you take an aggressive position as Sue over here, where you have a health pack, your tanks have thing, now you can actually get line of sight this way. And that's going to enable your tanks to actually make this jump in, because now you can be doing stuff like this. Look, you can technically still shoot a little bit. I'm not sure how much this would work, but you would already be here at this angle and like helping. Now, that's a very, very, very difficult transition, and sometimes it can make things harder and not work. So part of being a good support is figuring out when you can be aggressive and when you can't. I'd start throwing it in, watch top level players and see how aggressive they are. It's kind of insane. They also have the aim to like match it, so be careful. Aggressive time. Aggressive. Go be aggressive. Enable your team. Good. Go, 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 go. Get maximum cleave. So if we're playing a little more aggressive. So a couple of things. Here, it's extremely easy in this game to lose sight of what's going on and get lost in the sauce. We turn off our outline. This is more or less what it would look like in game. Kind of roughly, right? There are so many things happening. So as a support, you have to stay grounded and pick somebody and try, especially as invis, try to cleave as much as possible to get to them. That way you're still keeping your uptime and not get lost in the sauce of all the colors and everything else going on. Second thing is, if we're playing aggressively, like where our Luna is, this invisible isn't that much of a problem. Since we're back here, now we're just guessing. If we're playing aggressively and we're enabling our team, we could step just on the edge of the invis and we can look here and see like, okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Still doing damage. Everything's fine. We actually don't need anything. Now maybe we could ult, right? But since we played back, we have to guess. And then we just ult, even though the moment before we ulted, everybody's fine. Nobody's low health. Works out, but now we won't have it for the next fight. Nice. I'm feeling this is a long game. Okay, not too long. Push, 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 push. Nice. A little too far. So far back. You're so far back. Yeah, so when you play far back like this, you're doing two things. First of all, you're not getting the full cleave. I guess three things. You're not getting the full cleave of your primary fire, right? If you're standing here, you're hitting all of these people. If you're standing back here, you might not make it here, right? So you're losing healing and damage. You make it, number two, you're making it easy to wall you off, especially because they have an Emma and a Groot, or at least they did. No, they didn't have an Emma, but you have an Emma. But they had a Groot and a Deadpool. And the third thing is you're isolating yourself. This is exactly what dive characters want to see. If I'm playing Hulk, I'm playing Captain America, I'm playing BP, anything like that, and I see an Invis completely by herself away from the fight, this is the target. Because all I have to do is get you to jump and use that, and now you're no longer healing. You're completely isolated. Now I'm pulling the tank away. I'm taking resources from the team. This is exactly what they want, and you're like giving into that. You have to play closer. This is much better. And again, I want to say, while you're doing this, it's going to be much more uncomfortable. It's going to be harder to line people up. It's going to be harder to keep track of everything going around you. It's going to be harder to stay alive. But you have to get good at staying alive and being up close, because here you have the opportunity to do great things. Back here, you don't have the opportunity, but it's nice and safe and feels good. Good. I like this. We're enabling our Emma. Good. Yeah, go all the way. Go to the next tree. No, don't go this way. Okay. All right. In. Good. Don't go any farther than this. Now start to back up. Go to the right. Go to the right. Go to the right. You're isolating yourself already. You need to be over here, because what's your escape route? You need to be by your Punisher, by the walls. This is where you leave. If you go this way, now how do you get out if they chase you into here? You basically can't. You're just dead if you go this way. You can keep retreating if they push you here, basically indefinitely. So by standing on the wrong side, you're isolating yourself. I like, okay, if your tanks want to push with them. Don't go too far. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is working with your support duo. If you see your Luna turning around and clapping, That means, first of all, somebody's back there who needs healing. And second of all, that means she's not healing the front line. So you have an option. Do I help these people back here that I don't know what's going on, or do I help the front? A good idea is to, like, look and do that. But in general, like, if your Luna's already doing something, do the other thing. Because now we've just abandoned our tanks. And because of that, the Emma can no longer hold this really, really good choke. Right? This is a great choke. And she got a crystal on the invis. This is so good. But she couldn't follow up on it. Now she has to use her shield and her diamond form to get out just because we looked away. I'm not saying baby your tanks. That's not the answer. I'm saying work with your other support to make sure that we're not giving up too much. Oh, you let her die again. Oh. All right, so once again, we got to look at numbers, right? So we have an Emma up front who's fighting 1, 2, 3, 4 people, right? She's keeping 4 people back. And we have a Punisher ulting. And then over here, we have a Luna and a Hulk dealing with 1 person. So, like, just let this go and help up here. Please don't ult. Please don't ult. No. Good invis shield. Nice. That's why we don't want to ult, because this fight was basically already lost. You guys were down, what, 2, I think, before we ult? So right here we have a dead Emma and a dead Punisher. They are down a tank, but their spawn is closer. Their rocket is almost back. There's just, like, no way you guys win this fight with an invisible. I think another micro thing you can keep in mind is when you're playing with a Hulk, it is really important to, you know, track your Hulk's ult time. Because if you realize, like, yeah, my Hulk is low, but he has ult, so he's probably just going to use it anyway. So that's, like, one more reason that you think I shouldn't need to ult here, because he's going to ult. And look, he did, and he's fine. Instead, if we wait, pop our shield here, we still don't have an ult going on. And then, like, now we ult maybe, like, here. Maybe we save our... something like that. I'm not sure if that would have actually saved your Luna. But gives you a better chance. Hold on. Hold on. Hulk got some kills. Let's go. You guys are down to support? Maybe? Maybe we win this fight? Oh, let's go. Goated. Oh, that's a Emma ult. Okay. W key. W key. Yeah, I agree, Lord. Definitely. Why are we pushing here? That should be a... So, first of all, that should be a pull, regardless, right? There's a pit right here. Whenever you're playing Invis, the maximum value you can possibly get is insta-killing somebody, right? If all things are equal, everybody has the same amount of ult charge, The map positioning is pretty equal. 6v6. If you just like randomly kill somebody, one drops dead, that's a huge advantage. And Invis is one of the only characters in the game that can just like do that. But when you see somebody over here, like that should be an insta pull. The threat of that is so huge. And then again, if you watch that Okami video where like we watch him carry as Invis, he's always looking for that. We have a Luna ult. Go be aggressive. Go get a kill. So if I'm Okami here, I'm standing up here and I'm looking to pull people into the pit. And like I'm in a W key and I'm actually, even that, I'm also just going to go get a kill. Because my team doesn't need healing right now. But you're so slow and not aggressive. Now we're down 1. And then you push somebody. Why are we pushing here? You saved the Thor. He was alive. He was dead. Now he's alive. Look at this from the Emma's perspective. I'd be so pissed. Oh, he lives. Yeesh. You got lucky that Luna's there. Kill her. Just kill it. No! He's so close to dead. Yeah. I don't think he needed ult here. Oh, save him. Enable him. I like this positioning. This is fine. I like that push. That was a good push. Your team needs help. Like, needs a little space. Now we gotta go. And the push has failed. It's time to get out. Let him go. If he wants to get out, he has to go a different way. No, you're just gonna die. Good pull. Nice jump. You guys have a huge advantage. W key. Go get a kill. W key. Good lord, you already have an ult again. Actually, don't mind that ult. That ult is fine. We have a DPS ult going off. Your Emma was low. You guys have a chance to actually win a fight here. Keep the Punisher up. Hulk up. Keep the Hulk up. We just keep losing sight of our tanks. So you mentioned in the post that you were trying to like keep the tanks up. What did you specifically say? Also, I think my target priority might have been a bit bad because I've been topping off my tanks rather than keeping my DPS alive. So far, what I've seen is more a lack of understanding of like when people are going to take damage, right? So like here, we saw it earlier where there was a Hulk and a Luna in your backline fighting off a tank pool, and then an Emma up front by herself fighting a bunch of people, right? And we weren't able to figure out that between those two, that Emma needs our help more because they're in more danger. This is the same type of situation, right? We have a Punisher and a Luna back here with lots of cover, an ult going off, 2 ults going off. This is fine. And then we have a Hulk diving the line that we can see, right? So part of support is not just you see health bar go down, make health bar go back up. It's also which health bar do I need to prioritize? Which health bar is going to continue going down, and which one is going to go down slower, right? So in this scenario, we have to recognize Hulk is making an aggressive play. He's taking a ton of damage, and if I don't help him, he's going to die. I know my Luna is half, but she has abilities. She can Snowflake. Well, the Snowflake doesn't heal herself. She can clap and actually heal herself, right? Which is exactly what she does. And so we let our Hulk die, unfortunately. Get out. That's okay. Good pull. Yeah. So this is what happens. This is the type of behavior that like makes me sad. So we've seen at least 2, if not 3 times now that when your tanks were trying to be aggressive and they were like prepared to take more damage, our supports looked away to address a different issue. And so now because of that, when it's time to be aggressive again, although I wouldn't exactly say that because we're down to DPS and we're down 2 DPS. So I don't agree with like this being a time to be aggressive. But now look at what happens. Both of your tanks, they turn the corner, take a bunch of damage, and are like, oh, I guess I can't push it. It's like now because of that, they're like, they don't trust. Now they don't feel aggressive. And I'm not trying to say that like, you know, these tanks are amazing, you're just bad. Like that's not my point either. This Hulk has made lots of mistakes. I'm saying if we're a little more aggressive and we appreciate that, I'm just pointing out the like cause and effect here. Don't just counter. We gotta get out of doing this. Like whenever there's a support ult, this is like the default response of the whole community. It's like they have an invis ult. We need an invis ult now. It's like no, it's not necessary. Like why are we invis ulting here? Their whole team is perfectly safe. Spidey is just dead. He ulted in their backline. Our Hulk is dead. He's demagged rather. And nobody is critical. There's just no reason to do this. Oof. Damn. I like that. Good. Get a little bit of ult charge going. Cool. Falls over. Oh. Almost. Okay, whenever you want to... no, we'll talk about that at a different time. Nice. What's up, Lou? How's it going? We know we gotta back up. Tired, but all right. I am about the same. I think that's a pretty apt description. No, you were doing fine. You never want to be the first support to ult. Almost ever, unless it's forced out. Here, I feel like we just, like, lost our confidence. Because, like, the Emma was taking damage, but then she got to the side, got to cover, and was fine. Because, like, especially now that we're on defense, what's going to happen is these people, they don't have to push forward. They have all the time in the world. They can literally just be like, all right, back up. Let them respawn. Doesn't matter. We have 2.5 minutes. Now we have a huge ult advantage. You guys have 5. We're going to have 6. We're going to come back and be fine. They push in anyway because they're bad. Oh, good pull. All right, perfect. This is exactly what I was talking about. If you know that your Hulk has ult here, and you look over and you see him like diving in and going crazy, now you know like I actually don't need to help him because he's gonna go ult, right? So you can deal with this. What order are you doing the VODs? I do them in order of arrival, unless somebody gifts a sub, and then they can jump to the front of the line, pretty much. And then when you're looking at Discord, for some reason it always, if you do the sort and view, it always sorts by recently active. So you have to change it to by date posted, which is annoying. So it looks confusing. W key, go get a kill. Go get a kill. Nice. Would not have Luna ulted there. Oh! Yikes. That's just unfortunate. Those are the freak things that I wouldn't even worry about. Happens.
I'll fight for my family until the end. Help get that vehicle to its destination. An extra force field? Great.
Disappear! All right, we already talked about it. I'm not going to go over it. I don't want to make you feel bad, but these ones hurt. There's just no reason. If you cut out these support ults, and then you literally wait until this moment when theirs goes down, and now you can throw an ult and save your Hulk, and then he lives, now you guys have a support ult, and they don't, and you have a big advantage, like that would, it's just goes so. What do you think of Deadpool's new skin? Isn't it amazing? Which one? The like, the maid one? Not really my style. It looks like they did a great job on it. It's just not for me. But for Deadpool, it just works. Yeah, I think there's comics and stuff that have him like that, right? All right, let's see. So what's going on here? Yeah, he is a bit whimsy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind an ult here. An ult here would work because we're losing space, right? We're losing so much space. We've already used ults. We just need a little bit of time for our other DPS to get back. This would be a decent enough ult. Ideally, like, Actually, I would have you ult because you get your ult fast. Now the time is kind of gone. Like if you're gonna ult, you'd have to have ulted now. I don't know. Tough.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded an ult like that. I think that's the only thing you could have done there to save. Much better ult. Now the only reason this ult happened like this is because when the invis ulted, you still had your Luna ult, but we ulted in reaction to something else that was actually a threat, right? Before, an enemy invis ult on its own is not a threat to our team. However, a magic ulting with a Emma, that's a pretty big threat to your team. Now this is good. Oh, let's go! Oh, she lived, but still. Oh, light shield. I think you played amazing there. It's a little too late for your team, but like that was a great spot.
I don't give up so easily. So close.
Oh.
I don't give up so easily.
Yeah. Too little, too late now. All right, so we went over a lot there. The number one thing that I think is really holding you back is these ults. We need to properly assess the threat that's in front of us. We can't just default to they have a support ult, we need a support ult, because that's almost never the case. Get to higher elo, it just is not how it pans out. There are situations like that for Cloak and Dagger, but Invis just isn't one of them. We need to properly identify like who is a threat on the enemy team, who on my team is likely to be taking a bunch of damage and who is likely to not take much damage. And then one last thing that I haven't really mentioned too much, but is we got to stop like using our push and pull just like randomly. A lot of the times it feels like you just kind of like jump out and you're like, there's a bunch of enemies, I'm gonna push. And instead we need to look for opportunities to use that ability to get maximum value, right? So if we know they have a Spider-Man on the enemy team, or a BP, or a Cap, or a Venom, or something like that, then we can hold on to our push and pull, and then when they're on the way out, they're trying to leave, then you pull them back in. If they don't have anything like that, then, oh, there's an enemy tank who overextends just slightly, and we have an Emma and a Mag or a Groot or something like that who can actually punish them. Then I'm going to look to pull them, get them out of position, and then punish for a kill, right? So, like, if you just imagine, like, the value difference here, right? Where, oh, the Venom dove in, he's on his way out, he tries to swing, and then you pull him back and he dies, versus we just ran up, there's 6 people on cart, and we pushed them back. And then they walk forward again, right? You can see like the huge value disparity. So try to hold on to your push and pull. It's a very good ability. Look for those high value situations instead of I have ability, I use ability. So anyway, that's it for this VOD review. Thank you so much for submitting it. Take care. God bless. Catch you guys next time. Bye.